So what should we be doing? Are you ready should we be doing something? What do you think we should be doing? We're just sitting here. What should we be doing? Anybody know? Well, this was the question this church had long ago in Colossae. A lot of other churches have had the question since then too about what we should be doing. And there's answers in this scripture passage that we just heard, that Karen just read. Some of the questions are in there, and some of them are answered. And the first one is this: let's get busy. Let's get busy. Do this. Everybody? Are you busy? Okay. You can do that as long as you want, or you can stop anytime. I just want you to put that motion in your head. Let's get busy. You've seen that bumper sticker? Jesus is coming soon. Look busy. You've seen that one? Okay. So it's good advice. I don't think that if you happen to be sitting in your backyard when Jesus returns, I don't think you're going to hell for that, but we're supposed to be doing something. You know what we're supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be producing fruit. So there's this story in the Bible where Jesus comes on a fig tree. He's been walking, he's hot, he's tired, and there's a fig tree. Great, let's have some figs. And when he gets to it, he curses the tree because no figs, no fruit. A tree that doesn't produce its fruit is just taking up the soil and wasting space. Trees are supposed to produce fruit. Does anybody know what tree it is around here that produces those little white fluffs that float around in the air this time of year? What is it? No, the ones that come off the tree way up in the air. Beech tree? It could be. I'm going to have to look into that. I'm just curious about that. So, the point of Jesus' story was, don't be useless. Produce fruit. Do something. Make sure you're getting something done. And what exactly is it you're supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be doing the work of Christ. And what exactly is the work of Christ? I'm not going to tell you. You're going to look it up. Matthew chapter 9, verse 35 through 38. And when you find it, stand up and read it out loud. Matthew chapter 9. Verse 30. Oh, look at Jay. He's got it already. Go ahead, Jay.
Then Jesus went about all the cities and villages, teaching in the synagogues and proclaiming the good news of the kingdom, and curing every disease and every sickness. When he saw the crowds, he had compassion for them, because they were harassed and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. Then he said to his disciples, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, ask the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest."
So what were the two things Jesus was doing? Oh, somebody else better read it till we get this figured out. What were the other two things that Jesus was doing in that passage? Shelley, do you know? Close, but no. Rose?
Having compassion.
Having compassion, but that's not the one I'm looking for, but that's a good one. Teaching and healing. Jesus was out there teaching and healing, and that's the fruit that we're supposed to be doing. We are supposed to be teaching and healing. We are supposed to be busy with that kind of work. Are you busy? Get busy. Okay, I want you to remember this. All right. Besides being busy, the other thing it says in that passage is we need to get smarter. Everybody? Come on, get smarter. There you go. Okay. Just want you to remember. And again, feel free to keep that up as long as you like. What he says is we should be getting the knowledge of God. One of the things we need to do is we need to be learning the knowledge of God. And that doesn't mean just knowing a lot of stuff. Who here is good at trivia besides me? Any others? Oh, David, we were talking about that earlier. Okay. So, David, you know what the capital of Kentucky is, right? Yeah, what is it? Yeah, see, how many of you knew Frankfort was the capital of Kentucky? Chip, too. Okay, we're going to have a tournament or something. So there's this thing about trivia. People know stuff like that. Who knows what the capital of Angola is? There's a good question for you. David? Starts with an L. Do you know the capital of Angola? Luanda. See, they know, but they've had a head start on that one. So. It's important to know stuff, no question about that. That comes in handy. And it's important for us to be smart. And you should never feel bad if you happen to be somebody who's smart. And everybody's smart in some ways. It's important to be smart. It's good for us to be smart, and it pleases God when we're smart. There are a lot of things, however, said about God by people who say they know about God that don't seem to me to be the kinds of things you would know. How many of you know where I grew up? Yeah, Baltimore, right? How do you know that, Ruth? Because I told you. Did you know that 10 years ago? I've been here 8 years, so. Now, you didn't know. The way you know that is because you've gotten into a relationship with me. We know these things about each other because we get into relationships with each other. How many of you think you could give a correct answer to what kind of coffee I like? Or how I like my coffee? Rose, good. All the deacons should know by now. So we know things because we are in relationships with people. We learn about people when we're in relationships with people, and we need to be in relationship with God in order to know something about God. And that means if you want knowledge of God, you've got to worship, pray, meditate, talk, read, sing, dance, love, work, in any way that you can. Learn more about God, because the things that we are supposed to be doing is we're supposed to be busy and thinking. Got to have knowledge. But that's not all. Let's get busy, let's get smarter, and let's get stronger. This is said in that passage, to get stronger. Who's Atlas? You know who Atlas is? What's Atlas? Well, no, wait, I don't want to get to Atlas. Let's save that one. Paul says you want to be strong with the strength of God. The strength of God is the power to create, the power to change things, the power to redeem and to save things. Getting strong comes with what? What do you have to do to get stronger? Exercise. And it's the same thing for spiritual strength. It requires exercise. And we need you to be strong-hearted too, to be unafraid. To be strong is to be unafraid, or at least if you are afraid, to still go ahead and do it. Strength means you have the power to make a difference, the power to empower. How many of you feel strong today? You feel strong. You should feel strong. That's part of our message here, is that we are being filled with the strength of God. You may not be able to lift as much weight as that, or even a tenth of it, but that doesn't mean you aren't strong. Let me ask that question again. How many of you here today are strong? Any of you who are getting older, and I'm not going to point at who you are, but it takes a lot of strength just to get older. It takes a lot of strength to be poor in this world. We need to be exercising and doing what we can to empower ourselves to get stronger. Okay, so let's check our list here. Let's get busy, let's get smarter, and let's get stronger. Okay. And let's get tougher. I don't know if you can tell. That's nails. Tough as nails. The word that was used in Paul is the word for endurance. But maybe toughness is the same. Toughness. Come on, get tough, folks. Okay, good. Toughness and strength, aren't the same thing. Toughness and strength aren't the same thing. Toughness is the ability to endure, to get back up. Toughness is more like a hockey player than a football player, I suppose. Hockey is a game of great skill, but it is also brutally physical. Toughness is not aggression. Toughness is the ability to get back up when you have been knocked down. To get back up after you've been laid out on the ice again. It is not the ability to hit somebody else. Toughness is the ability to take a hit. And I can look around this room today and I can see a lot of people who have taken a hit from life in one way or another. And toughness is the ability to get up and keep going and move forward and do what God calls us to do. You know who's tough? You know who's really tough? Women. Women are really tough because they have to struggle against a society that isn't sure that they value women. Women have to bear children and then care for them, and that really takes toughness. Toughness to love one another is the kind of thing that we need to do. Toughness to love somebody who has ceased to be lovable. How tough are you? Are you tough enough to be that way? Was Jesus a tough guy? Would you look at him and say, tough guy, that Jesus? You bet he was. What did he endure? What did he go through on our behalf? Being tough is a life that's pleasing to God. So what's on our list now? Let's get busy. Let's get tougher. And let's get calmer. You do that? Calmer. One of the reasons that you need to be patient and wise and strong and tough is so that you can be patient with people. Because we have to be patient with others. Some of you, and I'm thinking Rose in particular, have been very patient with me. And I appreciate that. And I certainly have to be aware of the fact that I need to be patient with other people because I need them to be patient with me, at least. How many of you require patience from others in large amounts besides me? Okay, some of you don't, I know, but some of us do. How many of you would you say, how many of you here are naturally kind of patient with people? I am. Okay. How many of you are naturally impatient? We got about a 50-50 split here.
Impatient with myself.
And how many of us are impatient with ourselves when we're patient with others? That is a real thing. Patience is a virtue great enough to be part of a life that is pleasing to God. Have you ever had an impatient boss or an impatient teacher? You know what an impatient teacher creates? Failure. When a teacher is not able to be patient with people, they create failure. Are you patient enough with other people to let them fail until they can succeed? That's an important thing. Forgiveness requires patience. Working together requires patience. We are in a long struggle. We have to be patient. Society is going to tell you, this offer's only good today. Call now. Be patient, folks. Wait. Let things happen in their own time. So, what have we got? Let's get calmer. And finally, woo-hoo! You know, when I put that picture on there, I thought somebody's going to point that out, but yeah, that's not don't, that's woo-hoo. So, are you a happy person? Some of us are naturally happy and some of us are not. We like to have happy people around us. That's okay. Are you joyful or are you, well, let me take this one. Are you a thankful person? I suspect that if I ask you to stand up if you're a joyful person and then stand up if you're a happy person, that's going to be, a thankful person, that the people who are joyful are also going to be the people who are thankful and vice versa. Because those two things really are opposite sides of the coin. Can you imagine a happy person who is not thankful? Can you imagine a thankful person who isn't happy? These things go together. You can't be one nor the other. Let me ask you this question. If I told you today your assignment for the rest of the day was to go out into the world and be happy, just be happy, how many of you would be challenged by that? Possibly before the day is over you would be, but the idea of just going out into the world and being happy, would this be a bad thing? It might be, but it's not necessarily an easy thing. Are you happy because of what we do here? Are you happy because of what Christ has done and taught and healed among us? You should be. We should be happy for the one who sacrificed for us and gives us new life. So, what have we got? I think we got it all here. Yes. Everybody ready? Let's oh, wait a minute, smarter. I got to do it again, because that wasn't very smart. All right. I'm the only one who can't see it. All right, let's get, and let's get happy. Amen. God bless you, everyone.
You've been listening to a sermon by Reverend Stephen Carnahan, pastor of High Street Congregational Church in Auburn, Maine. If you feel inspired by what you hear, you're invited to join us in person for worship services every Sunday morning, starting at 10 o'clock. Of course, you can always listen to Steve's sermons on the web. New sermons are posted every Monday by midday. Please explore this website for more information about our church, or visit our Facebook page at High Street Congregational Church, UCC, where you'll find the video version of Steve's sermons as well. We hope that God's presence will be known to you every hour of every day. May God's blessings rest upon you now and always. See you next week.